Hello everybody, Concerned Mom here. Today I want to show you how to get into an area you're not supposed to get into in Classic WoW. It is the area above Western Plaguelands here, Quel'Thalas. It will later become the Blood Elf starting zone. I've always liked getting out of bounds in video games, so this one's a really simple one to do, so I kind of just wanted to show it off a little bit. So first you're going to want to come to Eastern Plaguelands, and then come up here to Zulmashar, a little troll area. There you will find an altar, like the one I'm standing on here. So just walk through the mobs down there, come up here. You'll notice these shadow flares or shadow hunters on the side. Just avoid those. They won't actually attack you, but they will aggro onto you. And it creates a lot of problems because you need to mount up eventually. So just come here to the back and then jump down on this little corner here. We didn't aggro any of the shadow hunters, so we're good. You'll see a little flat area on that rock here. That is where we're trying to go. On private servers, you could just jump over there because you could mount up on these. On Classic, you cannot mount here. So, but the first jump you can just easily make without a mount. And if you do miss it, it's not a big deal. You just fall down a level. You have to go back around. You might have to fight a shadow hunter on your way out, but they're not hard mobs. So come to this corner here, and then you're going to look for that flat surface. Jump over onto that. And there we are. So edge a little slightly up onto the right here, and then jump, and then you'll easily be able to get on the top of this rock here. Once up here, mount up, and then you're looking to jump into this little crevice over here. Line it up, and yeah, it's not a hard jump at all. Once you're here, it's extremely easy to just walk into the zone. And yep, oh, here we are. You see that untextured area over there? It's a little bit of a jump, but there you go. So now we're here. We're above Eastern Plaguelands on the map, and it'll get our character more in there the further we go. Immediately, you're just going to see untextured ground and then a sheer cliff wall ridged. That's the first thing. Make sure you just don't run off that. Down there is just more safe ground. Like, you're free to walk down there. If you have slow fall or levitate, you can jump. If not, there is a way to get down there easily on the right side over here. There's a small ramp over there. But first we're going to check out the left side over here. So you're just going to want to follow along here until you can't any longer. You're just going to see tons and tons of untextured mountains here. Like normal out of bounds Blizzard game stuff. And like I love areas like this. Like you can, especially on RP servers, just bring anybody out here, do whatever you want. It's a pretty cool little area. You're not going to be bothered. I have never seen another person out here that I didn't bring with me. Not to say people don't know about it, but it's just like it's not a commonly traveled area because you kind of have to go out of your way to get into it. Over here is actually behind the barrier that the Blood Elf add-on is standing in front of as a sort of little Easter egg hinting towards the Burning Crusade expansion. There's a little house down there. I've not actually ever went in there because it is behind a barrier. Once you get down in there, you will be stuck in that little area until you Hearthstone out. So make sure if you're just trying to explore this place, you avoid that at first. So we're going to continue further to the left over here. I like this little split here of textures. Like you see maybe somebody was just messing around with like a texture artist just kind of placing stuff. So we're going to go further this way. This actually is grass as opposed to you can hear the different sounds right on the edges, which is actually kind of cool too. So you see we just got more the untextured backsides of the mountains. You can actually see where the texturing like ends because players just can't see it, so there's no reason to continue with that. So over here you see a little more rise and fall in the terrain. I believe the sheer cliff face is ending soon. Yep, and it breaks off down into another little platform further down there. We'll follow along up here as long as we can. Like if you look at the map here, we're still right on the edge here. There is another tiny little zone. It's just connected to that though. It's nothing special as far as future zones go. Let's see. Yeah, and there is a sheer drop. Here's where the upper level ends, and then you have a lower level down there. There is an area that drops down further that you can't get back, but if you go to just that plateau right there and don't drop off that further sheer cliff edge down there, you can stay up on this like entire part and like make it back up here if you'd like to. What we're going to do is I'm going to show you the two Stratholme portals from behind, actually. That's one of the cooler things you can see up here. So right now I'm just going to get off my mount and levitate down, because it is the easiest way for me as a priest to do it. If you do not have levitate or slow fall, you're going to want to walk around and go to the ramp on the other side, come down, and then come around to safely get down here anyway, because you will probably not have a good time getting your ghost out here if you die. So be mindful of that. Now, there's an area over here where if we go, you can see both portals at the same time. It's actually kind of hard to see them both. Usually they want to load one at a time for you from this side. But you can see the entirety, like the backside of Stratholme from up here. It's actually pretty cool looking. Like, there is even like a, see, you can start to see it right now in the distance. There's even a sort of hill that leads up into like underneath the instance portals. But as far as I can tell, we spent probably an hour trying to get up it one day, and it's just you cannot get a character up it for some reason. So there's no getting under Stratholme tricks. As you see, yeah, we've got one of the portals loading in the distance. There's like a spot somewhere. It's a bit hard to find where you can get both portals to load in. The second one is a bit harder to see, the one for the alternate exit or entrance to the dungeon. Oh, there we go. We got it. Yeah, right there. You can barely see the second one on the left there. But yeah, you can see completely behind Strat. You can even go down there. Like, that's just textured ground. If you go down there further, that's how you get right underneath Strat. We're not going to do that because there's something on the other side I want to show you as well. But I would recommend, if you enjoy out-of-bounds places in World of Warcraft, like on the Classic Live server, you can easily get here. Like, just through the way I showed you. So I definitely recommend it. Go look under Stratholme. It looks really cool. It's just kind of like half textures. You can see directly in behind everything. So that's Strath over there. You can see it in the distance. There's a lot of fog, and if you go down in that area, it gets really dark, like real dark. So view will be limited down there. It actually goes dark until you get along the edges of the zone, like the outer edges. These outer edges continue down there. And there's actually just water on the other side of these. The map would imply that there should be obviously a lot more landmass there. But no, it just ends. You can actually swim around to this area from what I understand. The way I showed you is just the easiest way that I've seen to get in there. And I believe it's the only way you can actually get up here. I believe if you swim around, there's a small elven village you can actually find on the coast, though. That's pretty cool. People like to go there on RP servers for whatever people do on RP servers. So up here, I'm going to go to the coast and just show you the water. And then there is one more thing I want to show you guys that is directly that way, like way off in the distance. It's something you need to watch out for if you're out here exploring, actually, because you will get got by it. So you'll see what I mean soon. But here is the coast. Now you can see that they even textured the outside of the coast. They fully expected players to swim around there and explore. So the fully like outside area of this is textured, and you can even see where the textures end, where they don't expect you to be able to see anymore, which is always really cool. It's like you get to see from the developer's eyes. So yeah, we're gonna go this way. There's one more thing I want to show you. This area extends very far, by the way. This area does extend all the way down the right side of Eastern Plaguelands, so it's a very large area. It would be really cool to see, like, once the honor system comes out, to see like large groups of PvPers all agree to come out here and just have a massive war in this completely empty area. But that's probably more of an RP PvP server kind of thing. So yeah, see, you'll see a lot of sheer cliff faces on the edge too. Even further towards Strat, there are some like spiky looking wall pillars, like really closely pressed together, and you can actually do like old school style wall climbing on them and get up into like the middle of them and just be stuck inside of the textures. You can get out of it, you're not really stuck, but your character will just be floating in the air in the middle of these textures. So that's another cool thing you can check out here. I've just always really liked out-of-bounds stuff in video games, and Blizzard games in general usually are full of out-of-bounds content as far as that goes. In the future, I might do more videos about more classic content. It seems like they've tried to make it a little more difficult to get out-of-bounds. I have yet to been able to actually get into High Jaw on Classic Live. It seems like the jump is more difficult than it used to be. especially on like old Wrath of the Lich King style retail, which is when I first did it. So I'm going to continue out this way. Like I said, it is a very, very large zone, although it doesn't extend as far north as the map would imply. It actually ends pretty quickly north, but left to right, it is a very wide zone at least. And it does, like I said, wrap around Eastern Plaguelands over here. Like, depending on where you are out here, it will show you in Eastern Plaguelands on the map. Keep in mind, if you die out here, you will most likely, in release, you will most likely be in the Westfall Graveyard. It says Eastern Plaguelands on the map, and those places might work if you die there. But if you die in any of the like untextured areas where it just has a blank box up here, or even some of them where it does say Eastern Plaguelands in the top right, it will still teleport you to the Westfall Graveyard, which is default for the Alliance. If it doesn't know where to send your ghost, it just sends you to Westfall. That's how everybody ended up there in the first place. So we're going to continue this way. Now what you're looking for is actually really, really easy to miss. What we're looking for out this way is a set of 3 holes that one of my friends fell into, actually, when we were first exploring this area. They're just very missable. They blend in with the textures, and you'll see why. And they're not traditional fall out of bounds holes. They don't put you under the world like most would. Like in World of Warcraft Classic, it seems very easy to get under the world, like through like, if you say like go through the instance portal in BRD, you can actually get feared around and explore the whole area, then just like jump under the world basically. And there are a lot of areas like that. But in this one in particular, it is not like that. So I believe I see what we're looking for. It is very hard to spot from a distance. If you see that shadow on the ground over here, I believe this is the 3 holes we're looking for. Yes, it is. You can kind of see it by the rigidity of the little sides of them, because they're clearly not normal textures. So yeah, you got a little 3 box here of holes. They all lead to, whoa, there's a shadow on that left one. Oh, that's me. Yeah, they bend shadows really weird. Like look at my shadow on that. It's very strange. They all end in a cone down here. They're all 3 just very deep extending holes that end in a cone. That texture continues all the way down. Last time I jumped in there, I was not able to get under it. I was just able to just sit in there, and you'll see what I mean, because we're going to end the video here in just a few moments by jumping into there. This time, however, like, by the way, you need slow fall or levitate to get down there. Otherwise, you will die. It is deep enough to where you will die on impact if you jump without slow fall or levitate. So we're going to put levitate on. And then another thing I brought to try is Savory Deviate Delight, because I wanted to see if decreasing the size of your hitbox could actually sneak you under there. So, oh, Savory Deviate Delight doesn't work like it does on Classic, does it? Okay. Either way, I believe this still makes my hitbox smaller than it was. So we'll see if we can sneak under there. I doubt it, though, because my friend who fell in was a human. So I've jumped in the right one. I've never jumped in these left 2. So we're just going to go ahead and jump in the middle one. And this will most likely be the end of the video. I will show you how to get out of here as well. I specifically came out here with my Hearthstone on cooldown just to show you what to do if you do get stuck out here, like my friend did. So yeah, we're just going to go ahead and drop in the hole, levitates up, and like I said, it's just a straight textured hole all the way down. Doesn't let you under the map, as it does have a base. I can't even get the camera to actually glitch out around this texture. Like usually you could kind of glitch your camera out and see around this area. You can even see like the square sort of surface I'm standing on, because it looks very odd. Like part of you will clip through the texture here, but it's not something you can actually work the camera through or work your body through. I've tried multiple times. We'll drop the levitate, which won't even send us any lower, despite visually like levitate actually levitating you. So yeah, I wanna bring Noggin Fogger out here and try to shrink my hitbox and see if you can actually get down there. But I have a feeling you just land like basically like a level down and not be able to break under the texture still. But it's definitely interesting. See, look how deep that is. You definitely do die if you jump down here without a slow fall or levitate effect. But yeah, that's pretty much all I have for you guys. I just wanted to show off Quel'Thalas on live classic servers, since I hadn't seen anything doing so, and kind of explain to people how to get there if you wanted to come here in the future. It's a pretty cool area to check out, and I definitely would recommend it. Let me know in the comments if you want to see any sort of other out-of-bounds exploration that I can do. I love doing stuff like that, so I'd absolutely be willing to try to make more. But yeah, thanks for watching, everybody. I really appreciate it. Have a good day. Peace out.